Cheers.
Cheers
To drinking without Randy.
I'm gonna go get some water.
to the sober man.
He's
Hooray!
drinking tonight. I mean,
The
driving
sober man.
tonight.
He makes the world go round.
The driver always drinks, right?
Yep. That's how it works.
Okay. I still can't remember what I said.
We're not starting until Randall puts that away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was either.
Good news, boys.
Do I have to
Molly's
start?
here.
What's up?
Just hit erase save.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I heard tears back there.
It's alright, it's Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Are you playing this too?
I will eventually play it, but I still have the last Zelda, which I haven't beaten. So I vowed to beat that one before. Now, Breath of the Wild, I've beaten 100%.
Okay.
With the only exception of I haven't collected
How
every
do I
single
save
fucking
them?
Korok in the game. Because there's too damn many of them.
Isn't there like
That's what I
2,000 of them or
thought.
something?
I don't know the number, but I was all over that fucking map and I still didn't have them all, so I...
Well, now
I
I
said,
know how to
"I've
save,
got enough."
so in case I need to...
Yes.
So I just started Breath of the Wild in an effort to like lead up to Tears of the Kingdom
Yeah.
because everyone's like, "This is the greatest game ever made by man," and I'm like, "All right, Cyberpunk, let's calm it down."
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it may live up to the hype.
It's so much fun.
Breath of the Wild was one of my all-time
Okay,
favorites.
let's... How about we start, and then we can talk about it. Okay? Is that fair?
Yes.
Sure, you're the one in charge.
Yes. So let's actually talk about what we need to talk
We're not going to do an intro?
I'm getting... Let me get to the...
Can we start before we talk about what we're going to talk about?
Okay, fine.
Molly!
Oh, she's even got the doc up. She's being professional.
Who doesn't have
Yeah,
the doc
I'm
up?
getting my shit together, man.
Me? It's on my Google Drive, and I still don't have it up.
Someone needs TV for their bunghole.
Okay, we ready? Are we snapping? I haven't Kevin Porter. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Praise the Lord. Okay, welcome to It Came From the Internet. My name is Molly. I am your resident hippie goth grandma.
I am Randy, and I am so sunburned my shirt hurts.
So you are.
Hello, Johnny Cash.
I am done. And, in the daytime I wear sunglasses, and the sun ain't down.
Hello, my name is Rob, and I'm not playing Tears of the Kingdom
Yet.
yet.
Though we will definitely be talking about that because Randy has been obsessed with it recently.
Yeah.
God damn, that's a good White Russian.
Well, so, in case it hasn't become obvious to anyone listening to this, hello, one single person out there. We love you.
Our one viewer.
Yeah. I have ADD. I have good ADD. I have, like, the real good ADD.
Is there a bad ADD?
Yeah, in my opinion, yes. In my opinion, yes.
Definitely bad ADD.
Look, shiny stuff.
But that has been my experience with Tears of the Kingdom. It is a distraction machine.
Jesus.
It is. Your job is to go over to that tower, activate the tower. Cool. Then come back here and complete the mission. Easy. I walk to the tower. I go into the tower. It opens up the map of that entire area by firing me out of a cannon into the sky. And that's it. The map is activated. Now all I have to do is go back to that person.
Okay, so he's just gonna just keep going on and on and on and on. I would like to bring a very interesting thing, and obviously in my opinion, to everyone's attention. If you have not already watched the trailer, they are coming out with a live-action Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, I do not know if anybody else is obsessed with the lore as I am, or has played Five Nights at Freddy's.
I have no idea what it even is.
Oh, it's a jump scare game. It's a horror game where you're the first one is you're a security guard in like basically a Chuck E. Cheese.
Legally distinct Chuck E. Cheese?
Legally distinct. Fazbear's is the actual name of the place. And so you're the security guard, and the animatronic suits come to life at night and try to get at you and attack you.
Okay.
So your objective is to keep the animatronics away from you by using lights, distracting music, bringing up your shields, but you only have X amount of energy to use throughout the night, and you also have security cameras that they're watching them. And it has just evolved into this massive story, because now there are, I don't even know how many games, because I've never actually played the games. I watch people play the games. I watch the game theories where there's like 50 different lore videos.
His videos on this subject are the reason I unsubscribed from him. Because I had no clue what this was, and I was genuinely like, I don't fucking care about this. I subscribed because of a Rick and Morty video.
Yeah.
I'm fucking out, man.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Whereas Randy groans every time I put a new video on, because he's like, oh god, not this again.
Unfortunately, he's busy talking about Tears of the Kingdom.
I know.
He'll get back to us in a few hours, I'm sure. But
just put it on a loop. So it's
yeah.
Oh my god, yes. Yep.
We're whalers
Now we're
on the
copyrighting
moon.
it now.
Yeah, that's from YouTube already, so it's fine.
That doesn't count.
We're
Just because you're
saying
YouTubing a YouTube that has breached copyright, that still isn't kosher, man.
But yeah, so I am excited. The only thing is, I am a very picky person when it comes to horror movies. I don't know how you guys are. I know you don't like Rob.
Oh no, I'm a fucking coward.
Yeah. I don't know how you are with
I
horror
will
movies.
watch everything. I mean, I don't find horror it's not like superheroes where I gotta be at every single opening all the time.
Yeah.
But I'll watch them,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm not a coward.
I like the 80s campy horror movies, such as my favorite is, I was going to say Five Nights at Freddy's again. Nightmare on Elm Street. That I can watch that.
I like the Rick and Morty version of that.
You can hide, but you can't run, bitch! Is that what it is?
Yep. That
So-
one I'll watch, but
yeah.
only the Rick and Morty version.
So, like, I am definitely invested in this movie, but I'm not even sure if I would want to go see it in theaters, because it definitely, when you watch the trailer, it legit looks like a horror movie.
So this is going to be one of those films that is either really good
Yeah.
or really bad. I'm in for both.
Yeah, I mean, from the trailer, it actually looks like it's going to be decent.
Okay.
But we all know how things turn out with movies turned video games turned movie, I should say.
Uwe
Sorry.
Boll is a wondrous man.
Hmm?
Uwe Boll, he in the early 2000s
Yeah.
made a career of making investors money by making what a lot of people consider the worst movies ever made based on movie properties, things like Blood Rain.
Oh, okay.
And I believe he tried to do a Witcher movie or something, but
Okay.
or was it Dragon's Dogma? Something. It was a fantasy property, and it turned out pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
I own all of the DVDs. So
Of course you do,
Yes.
because you love horrible movies.
yes, I do.
Don, do you have any 2 cents on this?
Horror movies?
Or just the movie
Five
in
Nights
general?
at Freddy's.
Yeah.
I mean, I did watch the trailer.
Are you familiar with the game at all?
I've heard of the game, but I've never played the game before. Like, I've seen trailers for it before. I understood the premise going into
Yeah.
the trailer. Would it be something I would see? Yeah, sure. But I have a very low bar of what I won't go see.
That's true.
I go see like literally everything that comes out. I'm just a big movie buff. That being said, being as it is a video game movie, I would say in recent years they've sort of bucked the curve a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
the last couple of video game movies have been decent, especially the stuff out of Sony anyway.
Okay.
You think about like the Uncharted movie, like the Tomb
Oh,
Raider
yeah, that
movie.
was good.
I love, like, a lot of people panned the Uncharted movie because, what's his name? Spider-Man. Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Came out and was like, oh, I was trying to be more cool than just acting.
Yeah.
But I genuinely thought he did a good job in that.
I have never played Uncharted, but I kind of understood the premise of it. Randy was explaining a lot of it as we were watching it. But I can, not really knowing much of that video game and going in and watching it, I actually really liked it.
Because I think it's loosely based off Uncharted 3, if I'm not mistaken.
And then it's like, all right, so there's my objective over there. Oh, there's another shrine. Let me take care of that. After finding this Korok, because you gotta basically manipulate a puzzle up on the hill. I thought I was stuck, but then I remembered the cool thing that lets you like beam up through a ceiling, which was pretty badass. And I saw another shrine down on the field, so I had to go tackle that. And that led me back to the outpost, where I delivered that mission that I was telling you guys about. And let me tell you, Purah in this one, fucking hot. Oh, definitely gonna be Rule 34 Purah. So what are you guys talking about?
And Ganondorf.
Dude, we started the podcast like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Can I switch back?
No!
Okay. Okay, that's fine. It's cool.
Your
Okay.
thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh, well, Well,
After living in a household of somebody who's been obsessed with the lore.
quite frankly, I think you should just choose to either play some Five Nights at Freddy's
Yeah.
or play some Uncharted. That game I think you'd get
Okay.
real into.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Uncharted is basically like a
Indiana
movie.
Jones style.
well, I was gonna say like a movie video game where it kind of holds your hand through it, right?
a little bit. Like
Yeah,
you
very
never really
That's-
have
yeah.
to like jump from place to place by say balancing with the joysticks. You press A to jump, and press A to jump to the next set, and then press A to
Well,
climb.
I mean, it's not. There's no real open world aspect to it.
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, it's mostly going through these kind of linear areas, picking up what you need.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a little bit of shooting, but
yeah. Well,
again, it's a bit
I
hand-holdy.
played Bioshock.
Yeah.
That's my video game that I was obsessed with for a couple years, and then I stopped playing video
Have you tried Mass Effect yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Dude, I bought.
we started watching Boba Fett.
Yeah, I
Oh.
bought.
Okay.
I bought her Atomic Hearts because she's such a huge Bioshock fan. And
Yeah.
It seemed like there was
We
going to
were
be a lot of
talking
crossover and like
And I just haven't picked it up yet.
political commentary, real surrealist bullshit going on, cool monsters.
When I have
you know.
my surgery eventually, I'll have plenty of time to play video games.
May I recommend a Steam Deck for recovery?
That's true.
Yes, well,
After
I
such
mean,
rave Smash Bros reviews.
hey, I'm
We'll
fully.
get to that.
I'm fully prepared to drag PS4 and all of our
Or I
equipment
could just,
upstairs
like-
for you.
Camp out in the living room on the pull-out couch.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. Like, why not? The cat would enjoy it more.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't have to handle the stairs.
What horror games have you played so far that you've enjoyed?
Bioshock.
Yes.
That's White Russian.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long we're gonna wait. before I told you.
I have
Flavor saver.
played.
Oh, wait a minute, that's salty.
See-
That's just come from the hobo outside.
Oh goodness.
At least make any money off of it?
Oh my goodness. Anyway, yes, I played Bioshock, and that's like the closest horror game that I've actually really enjoyed because there's not a lot of jump scares in that. Whereas, like, that's all Five Nights at Freddy's is just like
Do you
jump scares.
prefer jump scares or no
I do
jump
not.
scares? Okay.
So
I
you like
don't
the more cerebral horror?
Yes.
Okay.
I like the thrillers, where the psychological thrillers where it like fucks with your head.
Okay.
I've also played Slender Man when that was a thing. I hated that though because at one point my sister turned off the lights on me and I started screaming at her, "Turn the fucking lights on! Turn the fucking lights on!"
I should get her to play Penumbra.
I think about like Dead Space.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, she loved Dead Space.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dead
No,
Space is
that
pretty
was
good.
that was facetious.
Oh,
that
okay.
you will.
It is
stop.
very jump scary, but
Yeah.
it's very
Okay.
It
it's
does
a
have
it's a sci-fi horror
Mhm.
that leans very heavily into body horror. So if
Okay.
you like kind of like the work of H.R. Geiger, that kind of like Aliens the movie kind of horror.
You
Okay.
ever watched the Aliens movies?
Really?
Yeah.
How did? I'm not good at showing her classic movies because this is what happens. We say, "What? You haven't watched that? Oh, I'm gonna make you watch it." Fast forward.
We
Molly,
need to
we
just
have
have
to watch
regular.
this.
We need to
No.
have regular movie nights here. Is what we need to do.
Yeah, actually, that might not. Be
I
a
did
bad idea.
actually
I'm sorry,
recently
Steve.
get into
No,
with
you're
some of our
right.
other friends the Alien movies, even though it ended up being sort of like an annual thing that we Like, we should do
Is
this
it like
next
a
month.
Valentine's Day thing?
It was like we'll watch the first one. We still watch the first Aliens. Like, let's catch up the next one next month. This is fun, yeah. And then like a year went by, and like, all right, let's finally get it together and watch Aliens 2.
That's kind of the cadence of our
We'll watch the
friend
next one,
group,
Aliens 3, and then a year went by, and I was like, okay, well,
Let's-
like we're getting there, but
Yeah,
we're on the 10-year plan now.
Which one do you guys consider to be the best Aliens movie, and why is it Aliens?
So I love that movie solely because of the pitch meeting that was made for it. I don't know if you guys know about it.
No.
Was it James Cameron who made it? Basically walked into a boardroom, didn't say a word, wrote the word alien on the whiteboard, looked at the guys, nodded his head, put an S at the end, turned around, and then wrote a single line down the S for a dollar sign and said, "Are we in?"
Okay, I must insist that we get on to another topic because we can just
Yes.
talk about movies forever.
I
Alright, so
love talking about movies. Welcome.
I know.
one of the cool things I like about
Oh my
Tears of the
gosh,
Kingdom.
no.
Get the squirt bottle of a Nerf gun
Where's
or
the
something.
Nerf gun? We'll
It's in
shoot
the
him
den.
in the eye
Now,
again.
hold on, he hasn't officially listed a topic, so it's not too late.
He already had his.
It has to come
I
from
like
the
the
internet.
evolution of Randy's name in the.
It's getting there.
I thought that was just an unspoken rule that we would never talk about,
I'm sorry.
but it is far too late.
He'll figure it out eventually.
So, I'm interested. I have heard, Dawn, of your killer whales attacking boats. Would you like to?
Yeah.
So what is this? As someone who hopes to someday retire onto a boat.
So, in the European seas lately, there is a pod of killer whales that are actively sinking ships.
Are we talking container ships? Are we
Yachts.
talking
Like
like
mostly
rich
yacht
people
class.
mostly yachts?
Yeah. Yeah, and so like the people are like outside looking like, oh, look at the pretty whale, and then they just for like hours and hours and hours just bump the ship until they put holes in it and it sinks.
Jesus.
And they're teaching more and more whales how to do this.
I love
They're
that.
like
And-
humans, get the
yeah.
fuck out.
Now, do you remember the name of the or like there is a what this started with? I don't know if you know this information. So apparently there was actually a killer whale that was attacked by a boat or like
I
got
did hear this
named
bit.
by a boat,
It's traumatized.
traumatized, and is now teaching the other orcas to attack boats because it hurt her. So that's why.
So
it
what I'm
seems-
hearing is this is the start of when whaling season kicks in.
Oh,
I'm
It's,
very
it's a
afraid,
very
but that's
interesting
just
dilemma because
how-
like whales have
Yeah.
been sort of protected for so long, and
Mm.
now they're gonna fight back, and it's like, well,
Are we gonna have a Free Willy situation running
Free Willy the Revenge.
here?
I mean, they get the name killer whales for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But,
Oh man, I
Here
saw
we
this.
are.
Yeah, I saw this video of a woman on a boat by herself, seemingly, and a seal jumped up on her boat, and there were killer whales circling her boat. And she was talking to the seal. She's like, "You can't stay on my boat, dude. They're gonna come on my boat and try and get you. You gotta get out of here, man."
You
And
said-
there's just like in the background, you just see them.
It's like it's you or me.
I would never want to travel anywhere that is a seal's natural habitat because I understand. I've seen enough Discovery Channel. I know
Yeah,
that seal is
right.
the natural food of the great white shark.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I will actively avoid those.
So what you're saying is when I eventually retire to a boat, you will not be joining me.
Oh, I love boats.
Okay.
I just prefer them to be large enough that I can barely see the animals down below.
Fair enough.
Not close enough that I will be at risk of being sunk by one. You know, I prefer,
We'll stay in the shallow
Well,
I
it
end.
prefer
seems
the
that
giant
they're-
iceberg threat rather than the.
Oh, I mean,
They only have a vendetta against the boat, not the people in the boat. They don't
Yeah.
eat them after they're
Yeah.
in the water.
You
I
hope.
did read that after they've sunken all of the ships and like
yeah.
a lifeboat comes, like they don't actively go after the secondary boat. Like once they've sunken the
Okay.
ship, they're sort of leaving it alone.
And they're not going after the people.
Not yet.
Okay.
Give it time. As soon as they find out the caloric intake of a human being, they'll be like, man, oh man,
Are you
This
kidding?
is some
We-
lean meat over here.
this guy's like a Snickers bar.
You know how many carbs I got in me? It's anything that eats me is gonna have some trouble.
Yeah.
I'm 50% bread.
I think though, like it's a short hop from once they get like the taste of blood
Yeah.
and like somebody pushes the envelope too far and tries to fight back because they got their boat sunk. and now we've taught the orca someone else to hate.
Yeah.
Well, this has happened a couple of times in history. Like, Moby Dick is obviously modeled after a particular white whale that was known for sinking boats. And there's tales of in the Byzantine Empire, there was, for this time period, something like 50 years or so, there was a big ol' whale that would appear sometimes, you know, like you wouldn't see him for years at a time. And he would come back and he would just fucking sink a bunch of ships and then disappear again.
I mean, what's the natural like lifespan of a whale?
Like 200 years.
Jesus.
They go.
So this'll
Actually, no,
be
it's
a
older.
problem for a while.
It's older because they've discovered a whale, like a whale carcass.
Hmm.
You know, the whale died, sad, and they found in its spinal column a harpoon from the early 1800s.
Oh.
So that means it got hit with this harpoon, survived, continued swimming since the 1800s. Like,
So the average lifespan of a whale, it seems to be about 50 to 90 years.
oh, and I'm wrong.
Very
I
human-esque.
apologize.
But
I was about to say they're Highlanders.
there are, however, colossal Arctic dweller whales that have lived over 200 years.
Well, I guess that's all I was thinking about.
Killer whale. That's sinking your ships. You're going to have to be doing this with your grandkids.
Probably.
Side note, I remembered what it was.
What was it?
It was, I'm the cultured one.
You're the cultured one?
Yeah. I think it was something about, like, I'm more cultured than you or something. The cultured one of the group.
Now
Fair
you're
enough.
just the grandma.
I'm the hippie goth grandma.
How does one become a hippie hot grandma? Oh, God.
Hippie
Hippie
goth? What
hippie
was
goth
in
grandma.
this?
Okay.
You need to
so-
go to a frozen ice planet.
Let me explain. The hippie part was because I used to smoke a lot of weed, and I'm all for saving the environment. I'm the crazy person who usually carries around their own water bottle, brings their own utensils places, stuff like that. Compost. Save the planet, people. At least cut back on your fucking waste, because that's disgusting how much land we use for waste. Anyway,
Human waste? Because that's poop.
well, yeah. Then the goth part, obviously, it comes from the fact that I wear black all the time. I can dress alternatively. When I really do it up, like today, I had winged eyeliner and shit like that. And I'm spooky bitch. I love Halloween. And then the grandma part comes from the fact that I'm obsessed with tea. I love my cat, and I knit.
I thought you were about to tell us some like, oh, by the way, guys.
Oh no!
And my children have children is generally where grandma comes
Well,
from.
yeah, I know. Old person, hippie goth, old person, I guess is a better term for it.
Geriatric.
Geriatric. Oh, and I garden. That's another grandma thing, apparently. So that's where those things come from.
That's fine. I call myself a doctor sometimes, but the government gets real twitchy with me quick.
Let's see, how would I describe myself? I'm a wop and a guinea.
You got that wet ass
a
pussy
myth.
I
friend.
was gonna say, what?
Wop, wop, wop. Grab a bucket and a mop for Randy over here.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we're all canceled.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Hooray!
We're
You can go
canceled
home
for
and-
what?
I can go home and sleep. No,
You
I'm
mean
joking.
like are you generally talking about like the slur
Yes,
or like
the-
the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant wasp?
That's what it is. But I would describe Randy as the typical golden retriever ADHD boy, gamer husband.
I thought you were about to say gay boyfriend. I'm like,
Well, a gamer. No, I mean I would say boyfriend. But
It is
now he's
Pride Month.
husband. Yeah, I mean happy Pride, everybody. Woo-hoo.
yay.
And
Have a Bud Light, friends. There's a
oh
callback to last episode.
It is.
my goodness. But yeah, that's how I would describe Randy: is golden retriever, ADHD husband, gamer husband.
All right. Wait, are we like actively describing ourselves now?
I don't. It's up
I
to
mean,
you guys.
we're doing growth. There's character growth. here.
character growth.
Character
I don't know how I would
Our
describe
podcast
myself.
is character. Johnny Cash.
I wear more black than Molly, but I wouldn't consider myself truly a goth. But I do listen to a lot of like goth music. I would say like Typo Negative is probably one of my favorite bands.
Listen to The Cure.
I'm
Have you
gonna
heard of Video Vision Band? They're good.
Cure as well.
May I attempt to just say, all right, you're a suave, cool guy, beard stroking.
Ah, the old hipster.
Suave, cool guy with swept back hair, stroking his beard, and wearing sunglasses at night.
It's not night yet. I can still see the sun.
You're still wearing sunglasses indoor.
When the sun goes down, I will switch to my clear.
Oh my goodness.
Not
Jack
before.
Canary.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. The pulling out a tote bag with
Wait, do
spare
you have-
glasses kind of undercuts.
Does my handmade small craft boots bag have anything to do
Oh
with
my
small
goodness.
batch boots with
Definitely
Oh,
undercuts your cool guy.
Oh, I have
aesthetic.
heard of Thursday boots. How are they?
I love them.
Okay.
I'm a
They're
big fan of
expensive
leathers.
still, though.
In the grand scheme of
Yeah.
like quality boots, no.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's like $200 for a pair
But
of
are they
boots.
Okay.
are they resilient? Like I should I wear them as work boots? Because I
You
rip
could.
through work
You
boots.
could certainly. I mean, it's like of the quality I would say of like a Red Wing or higher than
Yeah.
your average Timberland.
Okay.
Okay.
But
I have
I
a
like 'em.
couple pair of Docs that I've had for 10 plus years now.
I bought
And they're holding out pretty good, so.
I bought some Walmart ones last time, and they've lasted me
Yeah,
about 5
because
months.
we bought you like $150 pairs of boots, and you've gone through them just as quickly.
And it
He
usually
does
takes
climb
me
on
about a
roofs,
year.
though.
Yeah.
He spends a lot of time on other people's roofs.
Yeah.
so what is it about the boots that goes wrong?
Well, there's a lot of wearing through wearing through the part inside the boot, but that's no big deal. I put insoles in. The current, like, what I've got right now is on my right foot, basically. Just big old gaping hole right there. Usually that's what gets beat up. It's not like the soles of the boots wear through or anything. I just start shredding, like, the leather kind of around the edges because, like you said, I'm on roofs, and a lot of times that means standing on an incline in a way that the boot was not really meant to be used.
Are you using steel toes or?
Mm-hmm. And that's, I'm sure, adds a lot of stability at the front, but obviously then twists it in weird ways. I've thought about maybe investing in like mountaineering boots, or specifically like boots that are like, oh, these are hiking boots, and usually they are stupid expensive. So
I think hiking boots would
Probably.
wear out even faster than
Yeah.
what a leather would.
Yeah.
What I was thinking though is like, I watched this video. Like I watched also Strongmen. It's just unrelated completely, but the dude was entered this like lumberjack contest. So I also like axes, and when they do it, they're like swinging down between their legs, and they have these like shin, almost like metal guards.
yeah,
So I wonder if something like that, like a essentially like a boot cuff cover. Would,
Get some like one of those like leather side chaps. Something like that might help.
yeah,
But
get
do they sell
assless
them
and then
with
don't
my
wear your
ass?
underwear.
I was just about to say, do they sell them without asses? Because
Yes,
I need
they do.
asses.
They do.
'Cause I need to hear my bacon sizzle on these
They,
hot,
they also
sunny
they also
summer
come with like
days.
leather tassels on the side
Oh
too
my
if you're
goodness.
That's,
so inclined.
I don't know.
I'm
Imagine-
gonna level with you. I was like this close to buying leather chaps for my motorcycle, and I was like, I'll just buy jeans. I bought riding jeans. I feel like I maybe made the wrong choice, just
You
because of the convenience of being able to take them off and still have your regular pants underneath. Granted, these people probably wear them all the time, but
Yeah.
I bought jeans because I figured, oh, if I'm gonna go to a bar or hang out or something, I'll just be casual. But it's still like, even though I got really nice jeans and they're super protective and they're very cool, inside they're still heavy. Like it's heavy to wear them. So
Probably difficult in the heat as well.
they actually have this fabric inside that when you put it on, it feels like you've stepped into a refrigerator. So it's pretty decent in the heat.
Okay.
It's just like the weight of it is almost oppressive.
Yeah, I've been thinking about my own fashion a little bit more. I'm like wondering if I should upgrade my wardrobe. And
I know I am.
I've been saying
Hawaiian
that for the past
shirts.
8 years.
Yeah.
I love you.
I know. And maybe TikTok's heard you because I'm getting a lot more advertisements for like slightly better clothes than the shit I usually wear.
Me, I'm going for Hawaiian shirts, flip flops, and probably just going to go with a just straight on mustache.
Love it.
It'd
Okay.
be great.
So,
I love Magnum PI. So
Yep.
as much as I love our fashion sidetracked over.
This is
I have
not
one
the
more
sidetrack,
topic.
This is the track.
Yes.
Official on topic here.
Yes.
I posted a video that also about the new Ahsoka series.
I did not see that.
Oh, they're making an Ahsoka series. All right.
They are.
Oh yes.
Is it
And
Ahsoka or
it's-
is it Ashoka? Because I just want to always put that H in there.
There is it's ASH, but
Okay.
It I think in show it's Ahsoka.
yeah, that's sort of how they.
The H is
Yeah.
for an actual notch.
But the trailer, if you haven't seen it, looks amazing. It
Yeah.
brings back a lot of the cast of Rebels.
Okay.
However, it also introduces this character that looks really freaking cool, who happens to be played by Ray Stevenson. And it's like a brand new character, and he's like a Sith guy, and he's got the first live action orange lightsaber, which is cool. And
And it is live action, so it's is it Rosario Dawson?
yes,
Mhm.
it's Rosario Dawson.
Alright, I'm into that,
It's
'cause
got
she's-
Sabine
I love
Wren live actions first entry. They've got
Ooh.
Hera from Rebels. Basically, the whole Rebels cast is back.
Well, not all of them. Spoilers.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
It's
and
supposed
if
to
it's-
tease the return of Thrawn, which maybe means Ezra Bridger coming back.
Maybe because they kind of run off to that sunset alone.
And they just had whose name is escaping me, the guy who played by that big blue dude.
I know you the cat guy.
Yeah,
Mm.
he was just in the last series, but it's like this really cool character, and then Ray Stevenson is now dead.
Yeah, it's true. I heard about that.
So I don't know if they'll kill him off in the show or not, but it's just like kind of disappointing because I mean he did a good job as Volstagg in Thor,
Yeah.
and even though it wasn't a great movie, in general I thought he was a good character.
I mean, he was a good supporting character.
Does not. He didn't ring a bell.
And I looked at him and I'm like, I've seen him in a bunch of crap.
He's
Oh,
been
yeah.
in a lot of movies,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
but this was like poised to potentially be like something really really cool for
How
him.
did he die? Do we know?
Hold on.
I have not seen, like when it was first announced, I didn't see it, and I haven't seen anything that's announced it since then. I don't know if it has been.
Let's see.
I was curious if it was another one of those Bob Saget mystery deaths where it's like he died in a hotel. That is all.
He died in an Italian hospital.
I don't understand how anyone can be like,
Hospitalized
what's
in the middle of
less
filming.
embarrassing than suicide? Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, but even nowadays, like in the society we live, that's not that shameful.
Who
in
was
my
that
opinion.
Karate dude that died of that?
Yeah, the guy from
Dave
the Kung,
Carradine. Carradine.
Carradine.
he died from that allegedly.
Kung Fu star.
Remember, we always have to say allegedly so we don't get sued.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, one of my favorite appearances from David Carradine is he did actually, and it was like it had nothing to do with it at all. But he was an intro to the sort of re-release of the Nosferatu from the 40s.
Oh,
That was done over by
Okay.
Typo Negative
Oh, okay.
with the
cool.
soundtrack because it's a silent movie.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is like you like Halloween. That's my favorite Halloween
Oh my
movie.
god, I gotta put that on my list.
that'll be the October movie
Yes.
we binge.
It is
Um,
so good.
I don't know what
It
list
fits-
she's talking about. I'm the one who
absolutely
keeps the
perfectly.
list. So
It's
Oh.
like I get chills just thinking about that movie. Like it's so good.
There's no cause of death reported yet.
Yeah, so still nothing on him. And at this point, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy looked like from what I remember, he was a larger dude,
Yeah.
and in his mid to late 50s to 60s. You know, just from looking at him, I don't know enough about the guy,
Yeah.
but you get to be that age and you get to be that size, certain things don't really work as well. So,
Are you implying that Ray Stevenson had erectile dysfunction?
Oh my goodness.
I was going more for a bum ticker, but well,
He wasn't even like
all the pipes kind of connect together. I'm just
That
going to throw
big.
that out there.
of a guy. I
No?
mean, he was.
Oh, okay. I mean, like I said,
Volstagg was
I remember
big because-
Volstagg in my head. That's the picture of him in my head.
You know, he was in a suit. It wasn't like all just. He wasn't porked out that big. But,
So kind of, if you don't mind me,
Yeah.
moving us along real
yeah,
quick.
those are my
That's fine.
topics. And next,
So, speaking of cast members who have long since passed, I, growing up, was a fan of science fiction. I don't know if I've told you guys that.
when did you give it up?
I didn't. But one of
Still
my
a virgin, huh?
Yep. One of my I'm proud of it. One of my favorite science fictions of all time was a TV show by the name of Babylon 5.
Okay.
And, really good story, basically. For the long and short of it,
Yeah.
it's a space station out in the middle of space, 5 miles long, and just filled with alien races. And it's a group of humans trying to keep it all together.
Okay.
Across multiple wars, across multiple, different race wars and battles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's one of those series that unfortunately ended with a whimper, not a bang. Because while the main series ended very solidly,
They had movies or something.
no. Well, they did have movies, but they had a follow-up series called Crusade. And the show literally led into Crusade.
Okay.
And it was one of the first shows that really did the branching narrative across seasons. And Crusade was canceled halfway through the first season.
Oh.
And it literally left everything open.
Fanfic dreams.
Basically.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But after, I think at this point, 20-ish years, they are finally announcing that J. Michael Straczynski, the guy who wrote it, is writing and producing an animated movie, bringing
Good.
back all of the surviving cast.
Yeah.
Because half the cast at this point is dead.
Yeah, I know the black guy with the eye is or the thingy. Right?
You're thinking Star Trek,
Yeah.
No.
aren't you?
I might be thinking Stargate.
Yes.
Oh, I used to love that show.
Stargate's great as well.
Yeah.
And-
Teal'c.
Yes, Teal'c. And he, by the way, he did the voice of Kratos in the new God of War game.
Oh.
I have no knowledge of any of this.
Or as I call
unfortunately.
of God of War or the sci-fi
Oh, I
shows?
kind of know what God of War is, but I've heard of Babylon 5.
If you want, I have the entire series on DVD. You're more than welcome to borrow it.
I have so much other shit that I need to fucking watch.
I know.
apparently.
We're gonna borrow it.
Okay.
When she's laid up, she's
Yeah.
gotta have a lot of
You
variety.
you just take the remote from her, you put the discs in, and you're just like,
Yeah,
look,
and then I'll pass out halfway through, and then he'll be like, "You missed everything."
you give her some cocaine. No.
Not while I'm recovering
Yeah.
from surgery.
What, do they still make Four Locos?
I don't know, actually.
I think they make the Four Locos, but like without the alcohol. It's either without the alcohol or without the caffeine.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's.
Probably without the caffeine.
I mean, my dad and I literally had a mixed drink that we used to make for each other called Thor's Lightning, which was Mountain Dew High Voltage and vodka. And
Has anybody actually tried Mountain Dew with whiskey?
yes,
How is it?
Eh.
Okay.
It's very sweet. You get this weird kind of bitter aftertaste. It's kind of loosely, I might get some hate for this, it's kind of loosely akin to a whiskey sour.
Oh, okay.
It's a little more kind of tangy,
Okay.
and you do get that, Mountain Dew chemically aftertaste.
Yeah.
But in a pinch, it works.
Okay.
Um,
I was just curious because everybody's like, "Oh, Mountain Dew is made as a mixer for whiskey."
it's kind of alright.
Okay.
Is that a true fact?
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Huh.
But I also know that Mountain Dew was a code name for moonshine.
You already finished yours?
Shh, don't judge me.
You walked here, right?
No.
Oh, goodness. Offer still stands. We can drive you home, bud.
He can walk home. I have a bicycle in my car if you need it.
It's a short trip.
I was gonna say there's a bicycle right there.
But anyway, Babylon 5.
Yes.
It is, in my opinion, and this is entirely with rose-colored glasses because I love the show.
Yeah.
It's easily one of the best science fiction shows ever made.
Yeah.
Even to this day, it stands up. I'm watching it currently.
Okay.
I just want to say that it's canon that your story has bored Randy to sleep now.
No, Randy is just tired.
Have you watched the Orville?
I love the Orville.
Okay.
Oh my
The latest season of the Orville broke me.
I haven't seen the latest season
Wait,
yet.
when did it come out? And what is it?
2020, 2021, something in that.
Oh, we've watched that.
Okay.
The one where, spoilers, the war kind of shifts and some people kind of turn traitor.
Yes.
Oh.
If you consider them people.
Yes,
Oh.
I do.
I think
You
I vaguely remember.
bastard.
I need to.
Are we getting
No,
all
they-
anti-Semitic?
They
Oh
remind
my
me.
gosh, no.
They remind me of another character who I hate and must die.
Okay.
who?
It's a character who I have the power to destroy.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You can't kill him. He's a god.
I love it. I haven't actually seen the Orville because I've always
Okay.
on the Trek versus Wars side of things.
Yeah.
I've always
You.
favored on the Wars.
I
Side.
know you've always
Do
been
you-
a much more of a Wars fan.
Do you like Family Guy and American Dad and shit like that?
I do. I enjoy.
Okay.
This
so
is
it's
a-
like that type of humor.
Thi-
but in
this
like,
is
the
your
sci-fi
Star Trek,
section.
then.
Yeah.
It's
Like
I
I've
don't-
never seen Star
I
Trek
don't
either. but-
dislike Star Trek. Like I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
all the like newer movies. I
Mhm.
was just like never into the old original TV series
Okay.
to like get the
This
references.
is better.
Yeah.
It's much better.
It-
You
it-
don't-
Someone will
is
be
better.
coming after me for that one, but this is.
I stand with you.
Yeah.
I didn't stand with you after season 1. Season 1
Yeah.
was not there. But after watching Orville as a whole,
Yeah.
it stands and fights toe to toe
Yeah.
with Star Trek.
Because the thing is, like,
I thought it was
so-
just like a parody. Like
It started as
It
one.
can be, yeah.
it's because it's like they're dealing with similar situations. All the technology is virtually identical. It's just that the characters are a lot more fun and tongue in cheek, and the shenanigans that they get on with are simultaneously more more real
Yeah.
and human, and very entertaining to watch in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But then they have to go save a civilization or
Yeah.
explore a alien world, and it's like, it blends super well. And I would recommend at least watch a couple episodes. You'll get the vibe, and you'll decide whether or not you want to watch more of it. But
I think it's all of it's on Disney Plus now.
I don't know why.
Disney? I
Yeah,
thought
it's
it was
on
on
Disney
Hulu.
Plus. They took.
It
I
was
think
on-
it's on Hulu.
It was on
too.
Hulu for a bit. They moved it to Disney Plus when the new season dropped because they wanted to
I
use
wonder if
it
we
as
haven't seen the new season. I don't know. Go on.
they wanted to see if the Orville could drive more traffic in order to approve, from the rumors I've heard, to approve it for the next season.
I wish I
Well,
could
I
remember
hope-
that there's a Star Wars quote about when the guy dies and he's like, of all the people he was the most human. It just ruined the word human for me for the rest. It's like anytime somebody says that word, regardless of the context, I just like flash back to that speech.
well,
Human.
speaking of, what's our
Damn it,
opinions
Jim, I-
of basically Hulu and Disney Plus like becoming one thing in short?
Is that happening?
Corporates being corporate. I mean,
Yeah.
I've very little. I've gotten to the point in my life where I've given up on stream. Like I have streaming services. I just buy DVDs now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
That is not where I thought that was going.
So
Oh, we
I got really annoyed because I was like,
giant DVD.
I have some
collection.
in my car.
so I got really annoyed because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Westworld,
Ooh, yeah.
the new show.
Oh,
Went
yeah.
to HBO Max, found out they changed the name of HBO Max
To Max.
to Max, and there's no Westworld. Westworld is no longer on Max.
What?
They took it off. They took the Nevers off. They took Raised by Wolves off. They took off a ton of the shows they just recently made in the last 5
And
years.
pretty much all of their animated shows
Yeah.
too. I remember this was a controversy a couple of months ago, and a lot of people.
Did they put the
canceled
boots
due
to
it.
Scooby Doo or Velma or whatever shit?
Yeah, from what I understand, that was canceled.
Yeah. I still haven't watched that. I'm still curious.
I watched the first 3 episodes and couldn't keep going.
Okay.
It's not tongue in cheek enough to.
It's
I
not.
watched it all, and I gotta say, I'm disappointed. That I
My
did.
sister watched it with the notion that like it was just kind of a parody instead of actually trying to take it seriously,
Like,
and she enjoyed it that way.
So I went into it with a very similar mindset, kind of
Yeah.
viewing it as like the Harley Quinn of
Yeah,
Scooby Doo.
yeah.
And after the first 3 episodes, I'm like, oh, these guys did not care. Like, Shaggy is apparently a food vlogger?
the only one that, like, there's, like, the final, like, the season finale sort of, like, ropes it back into, like, Scooby Doo-esque territory.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole rest of it is just, like, it's more, like, societal commentary than anything.
Yeah, and there's some things I like societal commentary on, but like Scooby Doo, man. Like,
No.
that's the platform you choose to.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
But No, so I was backtracking a bit. I was looking for all these shows. Got
And you didn't just pirate it like a normal person?
I didn't want to. Like these shows,
You can't see me right now, but I'm shooketh.
you are shooketh. And of all of the people, me wanting to spend money on media, but I've
On physical media, no less.
so here's the thing. I've looked at these shows. I like these shows, and I thought, you know what? The people who made them deserve my money.
All right, that's fair. You
I'd
voted with your
say
dollars.
that with Westworld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That said,
Don't go past season 2.
yeah. Well, that's one of the things I love about Westworld. Like, the end of season 1, that felt like a good finale. The end of season 2, that felt like a good finale. I haven't watched season 3 because I like the finale of season 2 so goddamn much. Like, it wrapped things up perfectly, and then, the third season took it out of Westworld.
And it's like, the idea was centering it around Westworld, obviously. And it just like, the AI intelligence in these very realistic looking robots rebelling.
I
And-
mean, give it time. We're probably
yeah.
going to live that.
Well, we'll see.
ChatGPT's already trying
Do
to
you
kill
want
people.
to go? Yeah, yeah.
That'll
I
be
mean-
an interesting topic for next time because
What?
ChatGPT trying to kill people. Because I'm gonna look that up because I've dabbled with some of the AI.
Yeah.
The AI art, like scandal, whatever. Like AI artist theft and all that stuff. And I'm like, have you seen the fingers? But
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh well, let me try one of these chatbots and just see how good is it. Can I ruin its brain? And the
Yeah.
answer is yes. Yes,
Yes.
you
Okay.
can.
So, funny thing is, I recently read the eating disorder helpline fired all of their staff because they tried to unionize and replaced everyone with a chatbot. And it was a situation where
They
within
probably gave better advice.
within a week they had to take it offline because it was giving one, the wrong advice, but two, like really wrong advice.
They were telling people who had eating disorders, giving them weight loss tips.
Huh. Well, that's sort of like one side of the spectrum of eating disorder is
Yeah.
the obesity
Like,
epidemic.
yeah, if you binge eat,
Yeah.
and,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
as someone who occasionally, as you can tell, uses food as a coping mechanism,
Same.
I can at least attest. I don't have an eating disorder. I just have a stressful job and live in between work and a Wendy's. So
So you have an eating disorder, is what you're saying.
basically, yes.
You have a
welcome
mild
to America.
form of
We all
eating
have an
disorder,
eating
yeah.
disorder.
Yeah.
The rest of the world knows it. We just don't.
Statistically, I mean, there's a lot of things. I actually,
Yeah.
as somebody who's lost a lot of weight, and I've been to therapists, and I've
Yeah.
attended. There's like meetings that you have to go to and stuff. Like you'd be surprised what some of the people like attribute their factors to, and
Yeah.
it's largely, frankly, trauma based.
Yeah.
Somebody had a trauma, and now this is where it's sort of revealing itself later on in life.
Weren't your parents the one who put you in a cult, though?
See, the cult wasn't that bad.
Okay. If you
The
say
cult
so. The
wasn't
cult
that-
wasn't that bad.
Look,
They gave us food and worship.
actually, there was a lot of food.
There
Actually,
always
the,
is.
the best barbecue ribs I've ever had
yeah.
was made by one of the guys in the cult.
Anyway,
Shout
continue.
Are
out
you
the cult.
slandering the good name
Cult's
of
still
Big
around?
Ed, sir?
Is the cult still a
How
thing I
dare
can
you.
Go to and visit?
Oh my god.
I think the guy who used to make them is dead.
Aw.
He was an older gentleman.
Rest in
Um,
peace.
Yes, may he rest in peace.
Well, who knows? Maybe one of his 38 children picked up the mantle
He only had 4.
that you know. No, I'm joking.
Technically, to get to, I forgot the exact number of wives you need to have to get to heaven according to the cult lore, but I believe the number is 3.
Really?
But 4 improves your chances.
Depends on the cult, but yes.
Yeah, you need the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
My wife was super into like all of those like trash TV shows, and me
Okay.
like sort of what's the word where like they go and explain something.
Documentaries.
There you go.
Look,
Documentary.
If she ever wants a first-hand experience of like escaping a cult,
Probably not.
I'll be down.
Look, guys, there's only one surefire way to get into heaven, and it's the Hail Bob Comet.
That ship has sailed, sir.
Oh goodness.
Bad news.
Have I got the juice
Look,
for
you just gotta walk into a Catholic church, gut shot, and be like, "All right, Father, you got like 30 seconds Make it count.
Save my soul.
God. Oh, jeez.
Confession time.
Yep.
Oh, we're doing this? Okay, so when I was 3.
Oh, Lord.
This is a safe space to share your traumas.
All right, guys. So this is going to be the end of the
Actually, it
podcast.
starts when I was 2.
Speaking of which, you got any money?
Oh my god, fuck you.
We need some finances for the server costs for the show.
I mean,
Oh, let's get on
That.
Patreon.
oh
We
yeah.
don't have enough viewers for Patreon.
Do we have
well,
any viewers at all?
Do we have content?
Yeah.
So this is
first-
going to, I was planning, this is going to be the first one that goes up.
Okay.
All the previous shows are going to be kind of like extra of like, you want to see us fuck around for a while
Yeah.
and fail at
I
this.
mean, we still kind of are.
I
fucking
mean,
around,
This
but-
is the first show we finished the topics.
The first,
Is
third,
it? Yeah.
I
fifth,
disagree
and
with that.
seventh gets
Well,
free
Randy still
pictures
has
of
a
Molly's
topic that he
feet.
isn't. Oh, I mean, we could do that. I'll get a pedicure.
You know, if I shave the hair off, I've been told I have very feminine feet.
You actually have some nice feet.
Seen better and worse.
I don't mind painting my
They're-
toenails. Those
They're
kids will
prettier
never
than
see it.
mine.
I can paint your toenails.
Mine are all knobbly
Yeah.
and shit.
Girls'
I
night!
was
No,
gonna
I
say,
take-
Rob and I are gonna go get
I take good
pedicures.
care of my feet. They're not like gross with corns and stuff, but they're hard-working feet, so they're knobbly and fucked up, regardless.
I
I
have
just
the
A lot of
feet
cats.
of a house.
Oh, do you have Flintstone feet?
Oh my God.
no.
Okay.
My feet are like decent too.
Yeah.
It's like
All right.
I got a little
So we're
hair
going
on
to
the
do a
top,
foot
but
fetish episode where it's
apparently.
just a camera pointed at our
Oh my
feet
God.
while we talk.
So first
Well,
off,
I-
if your second toe is longer than your big toe,
It is.
Yeah.
Go on, finish that sentence, Randall.
Yeah, he saw a
we're
bit
gonna
of shiny
send you-
spot.
we're gonna send you to the camps.
Randy!
Jesus
Don't-
Christ.
Molly, there are no camps. It was okay. It's fine.
There was, and my grandparents almost ended up there. Jesus.
Ow.
Your grandparents ended up in the camps.
They almost did. Actually, my grandfather did, but he was liberating them.
Anyway.
I did not
let's-
peg your very
I
Christian parents as
Thought I would never.
coming from Jewish grandparents.
My mother's parents were Jewish.
I never thought I would say this, but can we get back to the feet conversation?
Yes. So, we're starting an OnlyFans.
I just have calluses on my feet because I walk barefoot all the time.
Alright, so we're gonna take photos of all of our feet, and we're going to
Start a
have
poll.
Tatiana
Oh,
guess
okay.
whose feet are whose.
Oh, that's
She'll know
actually-
my feet.
Oh, okay.
well,
Well,
She,
mean,
I have
that's
very
all right. How
about the
distinctive
three of
toenails.
us?
That's a
then.
given.
Have
No,
the
we're
three
gonna
of us.
throw that in there. First, we're gonna shave them. Then we're gonna throw it in there to throw her off.
All right, so real
I
quick.
won't shave for a couple of weeks.
All right, so
to really throw
we're
her
going to
off.
go back to this.
Okay.
Do you have
So-
hairy toes naturally?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do actually.
Interesting.
So,
Me too.
I have little hobbit toes.
I got like the one hobbit big toe.
Same.
Sam.
Okay, so we're going back to. So.
I mean, you didn't put anything on the
Yeah, I
docket, so I
thought
have
we
no
know
idea
the
what to
topics.
talk
What
to
do
you
we
about.
miss?
Well, you were going to talk about the continuation of.
Do you want to talk about what we've
Blizzard
been
and
imbibing
Activision.
lately in terms of content?
Yeah, unfortunately, the Blizzard Activision thing is
Oh,
not
yeah, your
really much in the way of story at this
Your
point.
thing.
Yeah.
It was approved by the one court that was attempting to block it. It's projected to have more courts attempt to block it so that these government officials can get their cut, I guess.
Corporations being corporations.
Yeah.
Pretty soon we'll all live under the watchful and beautiful eye of Papa Disney as his soldiers are trampling over our necks. God bless a mouse.
Yeah.
This is why I use free and open source software
you
to
think
record.
Steve, what's his
Steve
name?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs' ghost isn't listening right now.
Probably.
His brain is in a jar.
There's a reason
somewhere.
my next laptop is a Linux one.
So, things. What have we been watching? That is
Yes.
our next.
So if you don't mind me jumping in.
Should we call it what we've been imbibing?
Yeah, sure.
The imbibing.
The imbibing hour.
That involves drinking alcohol.
Oh.
It does.
Something we are all experts in.
Yes.
I'm not an alcoholic with my dad. I am not.
Not yet, anyway. You can make it through Tuesday without a drink.
Anywho,
Either way, I won.
yeah. So good thing. So I also got like nice and just right where I wanted to be on Saturday through a combination of booze and weed. If y'all remember correctly, it was a good place
It's
to
true.
be.
You can have
And Yeah, but it was like I was like, oh, okay, and I drank the night before at a friend's place, and I drank the night before that just a beer when I came home on Thursday.
That was the bathroom beer. He keeps those hidden.
Well, no. He said at our friend's house on Friday, and I was like, we didn't do anything on Friday. We sat in her living room and watched Treasure Planet.
Well, maybe that's when I drank. No,
You didn't drink that.
That was the
night.
bathtub whiskey.
So okay, then
You thought he was peeing, but he was sipping.
sorry.
The old secret shower beer.
In my head, I thought that I'd been drinking a bit too much, but I guess not. It was just that I drank a lot on Saturday
Yeah.
to the point where Sunday I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna cool it with that. No, because we went to my
because we were both like, we're not gonna drink at my sister-in-law's.
Yep.
At your sister's.
and so
And then we both ended up drinking.
Well, that's the funny thing is like, so a couple of weeks ago I watched my brother and his girlfriend's cats, and they were lovely cats, and I love them a lot. One's a tripod and the other one's wobbly.
When you say tripod, do you mean he's got like a
3
missing leg?
legs. Yeah, missing one missing leg, and the other one's got
Some sort of mental
Cat disease.
deficiency.
Do they like
makes
shake
him,
a bunch?
yeah.
Yeah, he like.
Yeah,
Wobbles.
my sister's cat has that
He's
too.
a wobbler.
Shaky cat.
Sweetheart.
And then there's King, who's just a big asshole.
Yeah, he is the king, but like one of those medieval kings who's a big
Yeah.
asshole.
Who's fat and big and doesn't.
The old
realize-
Robert Baratheon of cats.
Yes. I don't know why, but I know they're not cats, but my brain goes back to the mice from that Venture Brother episode where it's the fat
I
mouse
fucking love that.
sitting on the throne and they're walking up with torches and pitchforks. It's like, nope.
So what this was leading up to was I made the decision on Sunday I'm not gonna drink. Now I don't get drunk with my family, but I always have at least 1, 2, 3, 5 drinks.
7. They are Irish.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Exactly. So I always have a couple of drinks. We arrive and my mom's already drunk.
Well, she's also had the same stomach surgery, so like she drank 3 beers and she was fucking out of it.
Yeah.
I've got to get that stomach surgery because I can drink those 3 White Russians. I barely feel them.
Anyway, continue on.
After the first beer, I'm like, how early? Don't do
Yeah.
it.
And so
Everybody.
I have made the conscious decision to just not drink beer. And then here comes my brother with a case of beer for me.
Because he's like, thanks for watching the cats.
Here's
the beer."
your case. Let's get started.
Here's a 12 pack of assorted beer, and I'm like, well, fuck, crack.
I drank the Stone Cold Steve Austin's fucking American Pilsner.
I didn't know he had his own beer.
Yeah.
Did he have to do that after the Budweiser incident?
No, he's had this out for a while.
Okay.
Next
but-
time we're gonna drink beers like Stone Cold.
No.
Oh my God, no.
And then the friggin' very next night,
I have to mop this floor, Donovan.
I'm
We'll go on the
like,
roof.
I
Okay.
drank the last 2 evenings. Saturday was a rager. I'm so tired. I just don't want to do anything.
Hey guys, Rob from the future. Sorry to say that we did all that talking and completely forgot to record an outro. So, sorry for the abrupt ending. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and stick around for more episodes coming soon. Goodbye.